It's the Stack Attack Fantasy Podcast, your one-stop shop to dominate fantasy baseball and football. Come get some.
All right. Yo, baby, yo. It's time to start this show. Let's go. It's the Stack Attack Fantasy Podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Trella. With me, as always, my brother from another mother. It's Trader Andy. What's good today, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing, man? You excited? You finally get to go on your first vacation as an adult. Congratulations.
I'll probably get there in the morning, and I'll be on like the no-fly list or something like that. I don't know what could go wrong, will go wrong, but it's been a struggle getting there. But the flight's in the morning. We're ready to go. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully my wife still wants to talk to me. We moved to Monday this week, so I'm missing our date night on The Bachelorette.
My wife's watching it right now.
I'm in trouble, I think, and that's why our viewership is down one right now because she ain't watching. So here's to that. What's good with you? Everything all right?
Yeah, can't complain. Excited for baseball, doing some football, doing some crap. I spent the last hour doing like football stuff. It's crazy. And it's
good for you, man.
Yeah, it's a little scary, but I'm gonna stay on the baseball for a while.
It's a whole new you. All right. Flanking you to the left is the Greek god of mock drafts, and I'm pretty sure he's back to his old ways now.
We're getting there.
Yeah. So what's good, Nick? How you doing?
What's today? Up? Nothing. Just got home from the beach. Live close to the beach now, so feeling good.
Nice. No fingernails for us, huh?
Yeah, my 2-year-old comes inside. I just got home from work, and she goes, "Daddy, let me paint your fingernails." I'm like, "Oh, damn it!" And I go to my wife. I'm like, "Where's the nail polish remover?" She goes, "I don't know." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" She goes, "Oh, we're going to the beach in like 10 minutes." I'm like, what? What? No.
Oh man,
that's great.
I found it. So we're good. But hey.
Listen, I humiliate myself on this show on a daily basis or weekly basis. So I expect when you're going to paint your fingernails, you're going to show the world.
Hey, if my daughter wants to paint my nails, have at it. Have fun.
I mean, you saw the shirt Andy wore last week. I mean, come on.
It actually grew on me. I made it look good. Let me tell you.
Nice. Rocking the Hawaiian shirt. Yeah. All right, Nick, we always start on a positive note. What's your victory lap this week, man? What went right for you?
Yeah, nothing too big this week, you know. Got the home run derby. The All-Star game was awesome last week. We got the Warrior Bowl coming up, and then we got Raz Bowl next week. So we got a lot of big football content coming up. A lot of big stuff. I'm at the 101, looking at a little QB action there. I think we'll talk a little bit about that later on the show. But
all right,
yeah, be interesting.
All right, Andy, take a lap, man. What's good?
Well, before we jump into what's good, I'm going to also say that I'm not doing all the football draft that you guys are doing, but I'm really focusing on the best ball format. I like to be lazy. I like to draft now, and I like to get my best guys in there without having to worry about it. And that's why I got out of all the little weak home leagues, and I'm just doing all the best buys. I'm at best balls. I'm in like 7 to 8 of them already, and could have a little article coming up in the near future about it as well. But my victory lap goes to one of my guys, Willy Adames. All right. I can't stop talking about this guy every single day. He gets traded to Milwaukee, and he's batting, over 300, got 10 home runs, 35 RBIs in like 50 games. It's ridiculous. And it's all because he couldn't see the ball in Tampa because he was a horrible hitter at home. He goes away. Now he's playing, in that small little park in Milwaukee, and he's killing the ball. I love him. And he's going to be a high guy rising up to ADP next year.
All right. Awesome. My victory lap is a personal one. It's a shout out to Trevor and to my other son, JT. But big moment last night. You can't see me. We're back, baby. John Cena returns. Woo!
That pop was incredible.
Yeah, that was fun, man. That was a lot of fun. My house went nuts. Trevor's been ranting, and I should bring him on for a rant about how horrible Raw has been for like a year.
It's terrible.
And then Cena made his his re-debut last night on Money in the Bank, interrupting Roman Reigns' celebration. Comes on and starts Raw this evening. A lot to be excited about. Wrestling's back in my house, so
There's even talk about bringing The Rock back because he is related to Reigns, so they want to bring him back into the fold.
Yep.
I
think those are the two best of all time on the mic is The Rock and John Cena. So
easy.
I was never a big Cena guy, but my top guy in the modern era, Jericho is probably my number one all time.
Fozzy.
Yeah, big time. My number two for recent is probably Randy Orton. I always kind of went heel more than anything. Old school was obviously Macho Man. So, Cena was always the antithesis to Orton while we were, as a family, picking up wrestling and everything. So to see him back is kind of exciting. And that's the cool thing about wrestling is you can flip-flop on who you like and who you root for and everything like that because they flip-flop just as much. So it's not like the NFL or something like that where you keep an allegiance. So my time is now. But let's take a crash and burn, man. Nick, what made you fall on your face recently?
A lot of IL spots. Just today, I was setting my lineups before we went to the beach, and I had Jad Chisholm and I had Brandon Crawford in my lineup. I saved myself on Jazz because I just got the IL notification, and I missed Crawford, and he's sitting in my lineup all week. So there's my crash and burn. My punishment for going to the beach today.
Yep. Andy, what do you got for me?
Well, mine was about going in the pool yesterday. The Mets are driving me crazy. I just send these stupid tweets out late at night, getting pissed off. They want to come back.
Hateful.
Yeah, it's like they have so many injuries. DeGrom is going to be out for a long time now. Lindor's going to be out for a long time now. You guys not coming back. They can't hit the ball. You need Chili Davis back at hitting coach because they can't hit the ball. Tonight they had like 6 errors. They're horrible. I'm a diehard Mets fan. I wear this every single day. They're tough to watch, man. I say thank you. Let me go into the pool with my son.
You got Bonilla in the player pool. Have him come out there.
Yeah, it's not good.
All right.
Did you see last night something with the Yankees and laser pointers in center field? Did you catch that?
I did not.
There's something going on in center field. One of the Red Sox fans brought it up. There was a fan in center field flashing a light. And they're trying to say he was tipping them off on signs. I didn't read too much into it, but you'll see like a big white glow in center field from the big.
Probably somebody screwing around.
It probably was, but they're gonna blow it up.
The funniest thing I saw was there was this thing they were showing on the All-Star game, how all like Vladimir Guerrero and Simeon and Xander and Devers were in the outfield, and they were talking about who you're playing at the end of the break, this and that. Like, oh, we play the Yankees. Like, oh, that's tough. And then they went on the bus and said hello to Garrett Cole, and Garrett Cole just looked at him, pissed off, and just walked away. You gotta love he doesn't want to bond with these guys. He's gonna beat them. They're his enemy today and tomorrow. I don't care about the All-Star game. I just thought it was cool because they're making fun of Cole, but that's the type of thing that we would have done back in the day.
Right. Awesome. All right, Andy, my crash and burn just kind of came up today. And other than me, you, my parents, and anyone that might be watching from our hometown, nobody else is going to get it. But after all these years, Pizza Time is closing.
I thought it was getting sold, right?
Yeah, no, they shut it down, man. See, wow. Nick's not even from around here. He lived in Rahway for a little bit.
I know Pizza Time.
He lived by you for a little bit too.
But I was so fortunate, and I didn't know it growing up. The street I lived on, my parents lived down the street from Pizza Time and 40 Flavors.
Wow.
Which is two Woodbridge Township like icons.
Staples.
And you could go 2 blocks down to Carvel and there's nobody in line. And then you go to 40 Flavors and there's a 45-minute wait for an ice cream cone. And they charge you $9 for it. And Pizza Time across the street is the best pizza I've ever had in New Jersey, and they're closing down.
Nancy's.
Nick, let me tell you, Nick,
Nancy's.
if you wanted any place with wet walnuts, ooh, my man, that
Nancy's.
was the bomb. Boom.
All right, Andy, what are you complaining about this week, man? What makes you mad?
Oh, the rants. It's just society, man. Just people don't know how to act. I'm not gonna get pissed off and get pissed off at people, but like, I'm glad you're banned from Major League Baseball parks now for throwing a ball and hitting Alex Verdugo. You guys are morons. Like, I just don't understand them. Like, they're so dumb. If you get a baseball, which I had one touch my finger, okay, if I got a baseball, I would hand it to a kid now. I wouldn't throw it back at somebody and just cause drama. People shooting people outside of the park, out of the park. I mean, what is wrong with this place?
Right. Andy, you just brought up a awesome memory for me, and I want to tell a quick story. I'll make it only a minute so we can get to the content. So I went to the home run derby at Yankee Stadium the year that Josh Hamilton went berserk.
Wait.
Yep. And it was pretty awesome. And before it started, I'm walking through the bowels of Yankee Stadium, and I'm with my boss, Andy. You know him. You worked with him too, Chip. And he was kind of a dick. And he and I went together, and a foul ball comes through the bowels, and we're behind home plate, and it comes through, and everybody's running for the ball, and I dived for the ball, and I elbowed this guy in the face and slid to the ground. I didn't do it on purpose, but it happened. And I got the ball, and I stand up, and I'm cheering like, yeah, I got it. Dude, it was my boss that I elbowed in the face, and he was bleeding.
That's pretty cool.
Love it.
Get the ball.
All right, guys, let's talk some baseball and get this started. I want to kick it off and talk about the Red Sox because there's a lot going on in their rotation. Right now there's only about, I'd say, 2 people that you could count on, some up and comers and some that are falling in the toilet. So Andy, I'll start with you. What jumps out to you? What player in the Red Sox rotation you want to talk about first?
It's I crashed and burned all year with Erod. He is a model of inconsistency. In the past 4 games, he's had 2 really good ones and 2 really bad ones. You just can't trust him. Most of the guys have been the same. Garrett Richards, he's horrible. Pivetta, he's been.
Well, let's take them one at a time.
Yeah.
Let's take them one at a time. So me and you are both invested in Erod, right? Yeah. So what are your thoughts for the rest of the year? Are you done with it? I mean, he looked solid against the Yankees night 1 back.
It's a roller coaster ride. I don't like roller coasters, but I'm staying on the ride with him for a little bit.
All right. Let me give you a couple of numbers that jump out at me and make me think that we might be in for something good. His expected ERA on the season is 3.60, but his actual ERA is 5.19. Okay, so that basically says that he's unlucky and that the BABIP has been against his favor and he's just not catching it. His walk rate is actually the best of his career so far, 5.7%. The K rate has been pretty good, 27.6, on line with his average, and 29.8 CSW rate is right in line with the rest of baseball. So the one thing that's scary, though, is he just had a great start against the Yankees, and now his next start is against the Yankees again. So I have a bad feeling that we're going to see the bad version that you just talked about in the up and down.
Well, the good thing is the Yankees are not good, so
that's.
I mean, they look good last year, but
hey, the JV team won this weekend.
Right. Yeah, no kidding. All right, so we're probably holding on Erod, and we're just going to use him in spots that, obviously if he has 2 starts, we'll use him.
Good source of Ks.
Yeah, definitely a good source of Ks. And the team's good, so the win equity's there. But that seems to be his problem, and I don't have the numbers handy, but I'm willing to bet that his 5th inning ERA is terrible because it seems like he has a beautiful start on the table every single day and just pisses it away. All right, you started to mention Garrett Richards. I think we talked too much about him already.
Yeah.
196 whip since June 1st. Sticky substance guy. I don't know. You heard this. He actually said that he refuses to throw his curveball the rest of the year because he doesn't want to get hurt because he doesn't have a sticky substance to get the grip with. So, but he's scheduled to start tomorrow, I think. So,
all right, DFS. Okay.
That's the guy I wanted to ask you about, Andy. Is Tanner Houck.
Hoop.
right?
There it
He
is.
Hoop, there it is. He
Uh,
looked really good the other day. He pitched 3 innings for a save. They're saying he's in the rotation. He's scheduled to start Wednesday. With Chris Sale coming back, Perez sucking, Richards sucking. You mentioned Pivetta. He's been solid. Eovaldi's been solid. You know, that's 6 guys. Is you think Hook is gonna get in there and stick,
I
or
think
is he a stopgap for Sale?
I don't know. I think they could roll with 6 guys. You never know. I mean, Sale's not going to be able to come in there and do a lot of innings right away. Tanner hasn't pitched that much in the minors. I mean, a lot of these guys are coming up on innings limits, and I feel that they might either run 6 guys or they might keep Hooch freaking spot starting, coming in the middle innings and pitching 4 innings, but. He actually wasn't doing that great. I love his stuff, but he had an over 5 ERA in the minors too. So his strikeout rate is very good. So I mean, he's a solid guy. Definitely something worth in the future as well.
Now it would make sense what you started to say that he's going to potentially be doing some piggyback starts where he's not necessarily in the rotation, but he's a long man.
Yeah.
But Alex Cora went so far to say he's in the rotation. And it would make sense to kind of have him come in because all of these guys we talked about, other than Eovaldi and Erod can't get out of his own way half the time, but Pivetta, Richards, Perez, none of these Sale won't be able to. None of these guys go deep into a game. So maybe Hoke is somebody that'll just get a lot of innings in that kind of role, but still valuable because you said the strikeouts are there.
Definitely.
So
I agree.
Nick, you have no shares of any Red Sox pitchers at all, do you?
I have Chris Sale in our home league. I do have Chris Sale in another league. We have a IL spot, so I stashed him. I saw I think he's at a rehab game tomorrow, possibly. I think he pitched last week. He had 5 strikeouts in a couple innings. But in a keeper league, I have him at $13, I think.
Right.
So
now in that league, the Skidoo League is the one you're mentioning.
Yeah.
We don't have a bench there, so you have to activate him right away.
Yeah.
And use him in your lineup. Is that a little scary for you? Because
in a league that you're competing in, if you're going for the title, you should have traded him by now. If it's a keeper league.
Yeah, if he was on my team, it'd be a problem. But
if he was on your team, you should be trading him ASAP.
Yeah.
If he's on I tanked, I sold this year, so I can clearly hold on to him because I think by next season opening day, he's going to have not a full workload, but he'll have some sort of a good workload. I mean, for now, if you're competing, he needs to be traded.
He's a great keeper for you.
Oh yeah, for now, $13. I got an ace next year.
I agree with what you said. The way that you keep him, if you're in a 5x5 league that has a different scoring setup, like I have one that K per 9 is a category, and strikeout to walk ratio is a category. So there's a lot of different ways that he is. But in a standard 5x5 with wins. As a major category, he's probably a little bit scary for you if you're forced to use him and you can't bench him and put him in a spot start.
I think he's the best stash right now. I mean, you look at other guys like Severino. I don't think he's gonna be any impact this year. I think Sale, he comes up in August and he's kind of semi full strength by September. That's your playoff time right there for head-to-head leagues at least.
Right. All right. Cool. Okay, so. The thing that's going to win the league for most of us is saves. That's always the hardest thing to get, no matter what your strategy is preseason for the save category. You're wrong. You didn't get it right. This year, what did we do? We went all in on the top guys.
Yep.
I have some Hendricks. I have some Hader. Those are working out fine. Where we bought Melancon, that's working out okay. But we have big investments in Aroldis Chapman, and that just hasn't gotten there. It's across the board, man. A lot of these guys are just a shit show, and you got to get used to it. But there's a couple of bullpens that right now might have something to offer. Andy, I want to start with you, and let's talk about the Marlins bullpen. On July 7th, Don Mattingly said that Yimi Garcia was the closer, and since that day, he has gotten 0 of the opportunities. So what do you think is going to happen with that bullpen?
Well, yeah, Garcia is going to see the door. He's going to get traded because every contender needs a reliever. He is a free agent at the end of the year. I think. How long ago did I tell you about the new closer coming up, Anthony Bender? How long ago? At least a month ago.
Yeah.
And then I just sent you some stuff I saw, and he's just nasty. Like it reminded me of like when I first saw Karinchak, I was in love, and that's the exact same thing I see now. And his stuff is nasty. I think he's going to be great. I picked him up. I got $7 left in Fab, and I picked him up for $2 because he's that important to me. I love him.
Nice.
I think he's going to be a closer next year, and they're definitely going to be sellers. So Marte's gone. Bender's going to get an opportunity. There's going to be guys in the outfield getting opportunities. So Marlins are selling. So time to get him. And I say get him now before it costs you too much.
Nice. I actually picked him up in TGFBI. I'm in, I think, 35th place overall, second in my division. And I went with a 4 reliever lineup this week. And I hope they do their thing because the guy we were just talking about, Nick Pivetta, one of my starters, is blowing up as we speak right now. So
really? It's like 50 runs scored already.
Cross him off then. Oh, my God. But, yeah, Bender's looking good, man. I got him for $2 or $3 in TGFBI. He's in my lineup. Let's get some saves going, man. Let's get Yimi Garcia out of there. Let's make the trade.
The ratios are going to be amazing. The strikeouts per 9, amazing. It's just a good situation.
All right. They have a good bullpen overall. I mean, I'm a big fan of Dylan Floro. I was expecting a lot out of him, but he doesn't have a shot at the role. I think it's Bender's to lose. All right, Nick, I know you're invested in Gregory Soto, and I can't stand this guy now.
I have some weird, sick obsession with the Detroit Tiger closing situation. It's like every single year I buy into somebody, Shane Green, Jimenez, Soto.
Oh,
who the hell is it going to be next year? I have some weird, sick obsession with this damn Detroit Tigers. And the year I don't do it, he's going to get 50 saves, some random Joe Schmo. So I give up.
You know why you're invested in this every year, right?
Why is that?
Because it's dirt cheap.
It is dirt cheap.
Nobody else wants it.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at any preseason. The San Francisco Giant closers, we thought nothing of it. Same situation. And now look at everybody in the Giants. Hey, but Tigers, they're dirt cheap. You're looking for that, 2.5 closers per team. There you go. Throw a Tiger in there. He'll lose his job by May.
April 4th.
Well, that's what Shane Green got traded, so he technically didn't lose the job, but he did.
Right. But
and then Jimenez took over.
But Soto looks like he's on like his 4th tour of duty this year, and he never really lost the job. It was just they kind of move everything around a little bit.
They're all losing it.
He's the best arm in the pen.
Yeah. Michael Fulmer had a good run.
He did. He
was looking good, and then he got hurt.
It was
and then he looked really good, and then he got hurt again. And then Cisnero came in. I picked up Cisnero in TGFBI. He didn't do jack for me, but take up a roster spot. Now Derek Holland is in the mix too. So,
oh boy, how old is he?
54, I think.
I thought he was 55, but I'll take 54.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll put a bid in.
All right, Andy. Real quick, Soto, Holland, Fulmer, Cisnero, or go to hell?
Soto. I'm taking Soto.
All right.
I'm not gonna. He's the best arm in the pen. I drafted him in the beginning of the year. I still believe in him, and he will get some strikeouts per inning. He might kill your whip a little bit, but best chance. Do you believe there's 5 teams with 7 runs or more already, and it's only like 9:00? It's crazy.
I don't even want to look.
Bring it on.
I don't even want to look. Dude,
bring it on.
Pivetta had a 9-run lead in the first inning, and he's
blow it.
He's going to screw it up.
He still has an 8-run. He still has an 8-run lead.
Yeah, but he's not going to get through the 5th inning.
Oh, that's a problem.
I don't need the wins though. That's my best category. I'm dominant in wins because I've been streaming pretty damn well, but I don't have any saves because of it. And obviously, when you stream, you usually suck in ERA. So, but that's what it is. All right. So Andy says stay in on Soto if you got him, and everybody else just go to hell. All right, let's talk about a bullpen that should be dominant, but is
You're talking about this one.
what?
You're talking about this one. Let's go.
Who? Cleveland?
Yeah, I want to hear what you got to
Cleveland
say.
rocks.
I don't know
Oh,
what to I don't know what to tell you about the Cleveland bullpen because I can't stomach to watch it.
Dude,
Don't.
they have two of the
Karinchak,
best-
Don't do it.
and Clase have
Karinchak
two
is
of
the
best arms.
absolute worst to watch. The
Him and
results
Clase
there,
are
but
amazing.
you get stomach pains from watching this guy.
You said Armando Benitez.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Like he legitimately is Ricky Vaughn, dude. Like I'm watching Mitch Williams all over again. What is it with the number 99 and being psychotic on the mound? Like it's a thing. His stuff is nasty. Like that's the craziest thing about it is he throws 102 with sick movement, and his breaking ball is the nastiest thing I've ever seen. Dropping like 16 miles an hour down from the fastball, it's unhittable, but he doesn't know where the hell the fastball is going at all, ever. So it's ineffective, and they try to give him the role, and he blows it. So they give it back to Clase, and he blows it, and then he gives it back to Karinchak, and he blows it. So, I mean, there's some consistency there. At least it's kind of every other outing. I mean, you got to stay invested in both of these guys in Dynasty, right? They both
Absolutely
are going to have a role.
Oh,
They're going to have a
God.
huge K per 9. It's going to work out.
They're gonna figure it out. He's guy throws 101 freaking cutter. I mean, he could be like his cutter's amazing. He just doesn't know how to control it yet.
Yep. I don't know. I can't watch it. So tell me, I see the numbers at the end of the day. I'm like, oh, one hit, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, got the save. All right, I'll take it. Scary as hell. Oh man. All right. So I guess we got to talk about the Phillies because that's out there. Ranger Suarez looked like he kind of took the role over. He's not your conventional closer. He's a 3-pitch guy. He was always a starter coming through the minors. He's a sinker first guy, which does jive with the bullpen. No fastball though. He only throws like 93, 94. So there's really not that factor there. So the changeup isn't nearly as effective as it could be. They gave him the role. He was looking good. I think his ERA right now is like 1.2 on the year, even with the blow up the other day. Dude, I actually pulled over on the side of the road. I was driving home from work because I wanted to watch him pitch. I pulled over on the side of the road so I could watch it instead of listening to it. And he just like, when he gave up that bomb, it was like, oh. Like that was the face he made. And I'm like, yeah, he's done. And then he struggled to get out of it. And then the next save opportunity a couple days later, I mean, that was what was worse. Not only did he blow the save and not get an opportunity for the win, the game then went to over extra innings and then got suspended. So it's like you got to sit there on this blown save for like a goddamn week. Speaking of blown saves, let's talk about the Phillies for a second with blown saves. 1883, they were founded. The oldest franchise in Major League Sports in the United States. 1883. That's over 140 years old, right? Their all-time record for blown saves in a season is 25. Ranger Suarez the other night had their 23rd, and there's still 75 games left in the season.
And they're only 2 games out.
They only need 2, man. It'll only take 2.
Yeah.
And they're only 2 games out.
Only
exactly.
Because of the Mets.
Exactly. So let's take this back to fantasy speak for a second. So if you're desperate for saves, here's my take on the situation. Jose Alvarado, you can't watch it. It's worse than Karinchak. Archie Bradley, not in the conversation, won't ever be in the conversation. Hector Neris is a stomach virus, and Ranger Suarez is probably going to get another opportunity. I think that Neris's save was just a breather for Suarez, and I think the next save opportunity goes to Ranger Suarez. And if he fails, I can't believe I'm going to say this, I think Connor Brogdon is next in line, the 5th man up for the closer's role. But I think Connor Brogdon's next.
He's got good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he's been around a while, but I don't know. either of you guys got another closer candidate? Any sneaky saves that you might want to recommend?
Hansel Robles.
Hansel
God.
Got number
Robles.
10. Just got number 10 today.
Yeah. What? 10?
Number 10. Why not?
Because he's horrible. He's
He's
like
absolutely
Justin.
terrible.
He's like Justin Turner. He was just
Hey,
horrible
who
with the
cares?
Mets, and then leaves and does something good.
Hey, who cares? In a 15-teamer like our league, he'll probably go for $30 in free agency
Right.
depending on time of year.
So here's something. Let's discuss this real quick. Who is going to close August 1st for the Cubs? Who? It's not going to be Kimbrel.
Mm-mm.
They're selling. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Rex Brothers, who's doing okay in the bullpen, or is it going to be Rowan Wick, who's coming back from surgery? I mean, I don't know. Who's the guy? That's your spot where you can attack something.
Nice. Good thinking. I like Rowan Wick, man.
I always liked him. I liked him last year. I thought, when Kimbrel was breaking down, I thought it was his year, but Kimbrel's having a great year, and he's going to be gone. He's going to be one of the highest sought out players.
All right, I got one guy that I'm buying a little bit of. I know Andy's going to get mad at me and curse me out, but out in Seattle, Paul Sewald is looking good, man.
Oh God, another dumbass Met. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but dude, two straight saves. Okay, so he's gotten 2 straight opportunities and converted them both. Dude's got a 42.5 K rate. Okay, his CSW rate is over 40%. That means that of the pitches he's throwing, major league hitters are swinging and missing at 40% of them.
Here's your way into your next intro. If you put me in Buffalo right now, I will take Sewald deep. Right now. Not Toronto, but Buffalo, yes.
Interesting. Andy, you mentioned Toronto/Buffalo. You had a little bit of an opinion on the Toronto Blue Jays moving forward. Why don't you talk about that for a second?
Well, I mean, obviously they're going to move back to Toronto very soon. All these guys who are playing this little league ballpark, hitting home runs all over the place. Obviously, it's not going to affect Vlad and Simeon and guys like that. But I mean, Kevin Biggio's garbage. He's getting probably some cheap home runs like he did tonight against Pavetta.
Victory lap. Victory lap.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Crash and burn. So obviously, I was wrong about him, and I think that some of the Blue Jay hitters are going to regress. Another guy that could do well is the pitchers of Toronto, going back to a bigger park. Not playing in this little bandbox where there's 16 runs in 5 innings tonight. I think that there could be something there. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
That's a great.
Agree.
You're not the best guy on the.
I agree.
On the for nothing.
He's not the best color man in the league.
There you go. That was Major League. Did you know?
Yep. My point to it also, and I don't really have a direction to say that it'll affect us for fantasy or even for production. Is the thing that's exciting about it is they get an opportunity to play in front of their home fans for the first time in 2 years. So there hasn't been a live baseball game since 2019 in Toronto. That's got to be exciting. And I got to imagine that the team is going to go on a little bit of a run and get a little pumped up from that. So maybe some of these, maybe the home run counts will go down, but some of the run production will stay the same or even get potentially better. Just my 2 cents.
Yep.
All right, so we talked about saves a little bit. Let's talk about stolen bases. And there's a couple of guys that recently came up from the minors that are all possible, not necessarily league winners in the stolen base categories, but yeah, maybe league winners. So Andy, let's start off with Duran. He hit his first home run today. You got any shares of him? What are your expectations going forward as far as playing time and production?
I think it's going to be, he's going to have his hot days and he's going to have some real bad days. He does struggle with contact, and I think dealing with some of these major league pitchers, he's either going to have a good beginning and they're going to react to him, or he's going to get off to a good start and they're going to react to him and throw a lot of breaking balls. I feel that you can definitely get possibly 10 home runs, 10 stolen bases the rest of the way with the guy. I feel that another guy like Bobby Witt, I think he just got promoted to AAA, yesterday.
Yep.
I think that he'll be up in the next 3 weeks. and he can provide 8 to 10. Do you think more or less?
No, Soto just hit another home run. 18-0.
So you
God.
got so you got Witt, who I think can get eight home runs, 8 stolen bases the rest of the time he's up. And Kelnick part 2 is coming up, so we'll see how he reacts to his second taste. I think he'll be fine, and
It looks good. He's got 3 games in, 3 hits, hitting every game.
Yeah.
So that's the average is back up over 100 now.
Yeah, I think he will improve the rest of the year. I don't know what to say with these Tampa Bay. I mean, Brujan's up. They only played him like 3 or 4 games. Where'd Jeff go? Nick, where'd Jeff? Oh, there he is.
Oh, hey, there he is. Hey, John Cena's there. You can't see him.
Yeah,
$200 in fab, bro.
You can't see Brujan in the starting lineup. He's only in there like 3 or 4 times since he's been up. It's horrible. I don't know what they're doing.
Hey, where'd Jeff go?
Not in the lineup again today.
Hey, where's
What?
Jeff? Jeff, you there?
You want a cheap guy? I got
Andy doesn't get it.
I don't, because we're talking about baseball here. Okay, I'm not talking about wrestling. All right. Hulk Hogan. That was my time. All right. So let's talk about a guy who is going under the radar. He's barely owned. He has 7 home runs and 7 stolen bases and like 115 at bats, and he's going to get playing time once Mitch Haniger goes away. Jake Fraley. I think he's a cheap guy you can get now without the big fanfare. He just puts up numbers. Just put him in the lineup. That's a guy.
That's awesome. We need that to happen because we have him in the Ramada League.
Yeah, he's good.
Right.
I'm happy. I'm excited about him.
Yep. So we need him to be activated before James Anderson comes on the show so that we can rub it in his face a little bit. Even though we're really not having that great of a season, we're still beating him. So
yeah,
that's good enough. All right. Anybody else on the stolen base front you want to talk about, or any other prospects coming up before we transition to football?
we're going. Damn,
No.
we're going football already. Okay, all right.
Well, I gotta hear about your throwback player of the day of the week, man. I look forward to that segment. So let's do it.
All right. So my throwback guy, he was a draft pick in 1997, first round pick. He 366 career home runs, 293 average. In 2001, on my team, when I won a league, he had a 331 average, 430 on base percentage, hit 34 home runs, 126 RBIs, 110 runs scored, and 7 stolen bases. And he plays really good in center field, going up that little hill that mounted in center field. He made a monster catch. It was one of the best catches I've ever seen. Who is he?
Oh, I got a guess.
Yeah. Nick's not going to guess it. Yeah. No, what?
Huh? Did you select him with the last overall pick in a farm draft once?
Yeah, that's true.
Are we talking about Lance Berkman?
That's true. There you go. I tried to do my Hulk Hogan thing, like try to get you guys into it, but
you got a face for radio, bro.
Lance Berkman, that's my guy.
Nice. All right, Andy, anything else on baseball before we do CPR on Nick and make sure he's awake?
No, we're good. Let's get Nick involved. Looks like he's going to sleep or painting his nails. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm getting a nail polish off. I'm watching this game. I'm watching. It's like watching football right now. These baseball scores are unbelievable.
Unreal.
That's all I've been looking at. It's crazy.
We keep going for 2 also, man. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Time for me to look. All right.
They got the 18 burger going.
Nice. All right, Nick, let's start off where you're the big 0 wide receiver guy.
Yep.
And you've sold me on it big time. We got the Warrior Bowl coming up this week, which is basically pretty much the same thing as the Scott Fish Bowl from a roster construction. No kick. Oh, well, there is kickers, right? I don't even know. Yeah, there is kickers. You have to start a kicker.
I think so.
You have to start a kicker. Yes. So that's a lot different than the flexing a kicker.
Did you see Young Hoku's Jeep got stolen today?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he was complaining that his cleats are in there. So we might have to fade him a little bit.
I'm sure you'll find some other young ho.
Oh my God. He actually went so far as to say, I don't care about the Jeep. Please get my cleats back so I could kick again.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
He's like, I won't even be mad, bro. Just bring me back my cleats. Keep the Jeep. Oh, man. All right. So let's talk about a little strategy here.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about your plan first, and then you could help me to make a plan because I don't have one.
Yeah.
So you're in the 101 spot. So I have a
101,
feeling
baby.
you're gonna take a very familiar face.
Yeah, I'm going to take Tim Tebow 101, and I'm going to run with it. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes 101. I think it's very obvious in this format, the Superflex format. Mahomes 101 all day long.
Okay. So there's no third round reversal on this. So
Thank goodness.
What are you hoping to happen in the next, say, 2 to 4 rounds?
Well, I'm highly considering nobody in my division's watching this, but because
it's mostly from Europe.
Yeah, so they're not going to see this.
They're having a spot of tea right now.
Yeah, it's a little tea time.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, go Mahomes 101, and then it's almost best player available at that point. I would love Eckler. He fell to me a third round reversal on Fish. I don't see it here. I might land myself maybe like a Gibson type back. I'll see what the quarterback situation looks like, but I'll probably end up going with running back in that spot. And then quarterback, I'll just see what happens in the 4th and 5th round. Who's there? Which is the flip anyway.
Okay. Now, this is a pseudo tight end premium league. That's actually an extreme tight end premium league because it's 3/4 of a point per reception for running backs, full PPR for wide receivers, and 1.5 for tight ends.
Yeah, so it's all over the place.
Right. So does that push down running backs in your mind in any way, or?
Not really. I mean, the full point for the receiver, you want to get a target hog. You want to get that wide receiver 1 on the team potentially. It could downplay the 0 wide receiver strategy just a little bit, but I'm not going to let it, fade from my strategy on that one.
Okay. Yeah, I always said, like, the scoring system is important, and you need to know that.
Yeah,
but
100%.
The scoring system affects every player the same. So
yeah.
The depth and the value at a position is the same for everybody. Like we were talking about with Scott Fishbowl. We got Jonnu Smith in the 8th round, 9th round, whatever it was that for each of us. I think all 3 of us have him, right?
Yeah, and I think by the end of August, I think Jonnu Smith's going to be talked about was the top 10 tight end.
Right. So all these people that were taking Darren Waller in the 1st round aren't realizing that in the 8th round, when they're taking Younghoe Koo, we're getting a tight end that's going to get 1.5 per reception as well. So now our leverage on them is in the flex positions where they had the leverage in the tight end 1 position on us.
Yep.
So it all balances out in the end. So
yeah, I don't find in every draft I do. I mean, I've tried taking even in redrafts, taking Waller maybe in a 2 or 3 round spot, and I just don't like the construction of the team at the end of it. I'd rather wait, take. Like again, Fishbowl, I have Jonnu and Austin Hooper. Right now, not great options, but consistent. They'll get me 5-10 points a game possibly.
Right.
But I'm not reaching.
Okay. Andy, you're doing a lot of best balls right now. Before we get to my Warrior Bowl, what are you doing with the wide receiver position? And Nick might be able to help us a little bit with this. In a standard 1 quarterback setup, like I guess underdog is probably where you're playing the most right now, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's only 1 quarterback. There's no premiums on tight ends or anything like that. So where do you feel comfortable with your first wide receiver?
Round 4, round 5. I'm okay with that. I'm trying to get if I can go running back. That's the key to go there, and then you can fill in those really good wide receivers later, and then I'm filling in a quarterback and tight end later in the day after that. I'm usually trying to go. My first 8 to 9 players are all running backs and wide receivers. That's it.
Awesome. So Nick, what do you think is kind of the end all be all with the wide receiver in that format?
It depends where you're drafting. So my home league, my work league, we just we did our draft order based on the open. We were assigned each a golfer. and my golfer got third place. So
Awesome.
I have the third pick, and I was practicing some mock drafts, doing the 0 wide receiver strategy. And at that turn, when that 4-5 turn comes back around, you're essentially picking your first receiver in the 5th round. I mean, it gets pretty bad. So if you're picking in the middle, maybe you can get away with it, but I'm finding myself maybe take a solid wide receiver 1 in the 3rd or 4th. I think the 4th is the earliest in a redraft. I'll take one. If we're talking super flex, I'm still waiting the 5th plus. But in a standard redraft, I think it gets pretty ugly pretty quickly. And especially since in the regular home league, you're playing against some guys who they're not watching this right now. They might turn on a podcast a week before and start practicing, and they'll see a receiver round 2 and they'll jump on them just because of the name. Not a strategy, nothing to it. So that's going to push a lot of people back.
All right, so let me ask you this. So let's say that your league goes very heavy wide receiver early, right?
Yep. Yeah.
First 2 rounds, 1 or 2 go in the first, and then the whole second round is primarily wide receivers.
Okay.
So you press the panic button
Nope.
and take one in the 3rd.
Nope.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me rephrase. You see value
Yes.
in the 3rd and go with that, right?
Yeah. If you see some stud running backs being pushed, a couple of years ago, I took the Dalvin Cook's breakout year. I took him in the 3rd round because receivers went heavy. Running backs were being pushed. So I'm going to take with the value where it's at. And guess what? If I have 5 solid running backs and weak on receiver, it's called the trade market. Someone's going to be looking for that running back about a couple weeks in. I can band-aid my team and win a few games right away.
All right.
So go where they zig, you zag. You play the board. If the running backs are falling, take them all because they're valuable. Because once you get to the 5th round, you're talking handcuffs. You're talking committees all the way through.
See, that's what I love doing, and Andy just spoke to that point a minute ago. Is if you can load up and have 3 or 4 running backs that are like weekly starters, no question.
Yeah.
That means that your opponent is only going to have 2.
Yeah.
Most of the time. So it's just leverage against the field, and you might be a little thin at like the name for your wide receiver 1 might not look nice against, you're going up against Tyreek Hill. And yours is Tyler Lockett. You're like, oh crap, this guy's receivers are going to kick my ass this week. But the leverage you have at every other position is going to be so much more.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking, say you're at the 101 spot and you take McCaffrey, Antonio Gibson, and you get Cam Akers, you could essentially flip Cam Akers for a wide receiver 1, 3, 4, 5 weeks into the season. If somebody loses a running back, someone's getting injured, you can play that leverage right there.
Awesome.
And I'm sure by round 7, 8, 9, when you're doing your bench rounds, you're going to find some gems. You're going to find some guys that can fill right in immediately.
All right, you want a super sleeper? I got a super sleeper, ADP 170, and this goes with the no wide receiver that Nick has taught us, and we've been following him on it. I love it. I've been taking Claypool as my first one. ADP 170. His name is AJ Green. He's with Kyler Murray. No, don't listen.
I took him in fishbowl.
Listen, I'm telling you right now. I heard the beat writer, talking. He looks really good, and this is the first time in his entire career through college and high school that he won't have 2 guys on him because of D-Hop. Okay, he's going to be in single coverage. He's going to be by himself. 170. Do it.
So just to add to that, I took AJ Green in fishbowl around 17. Around 16, I took Rondell Moore. I think AJ Green will line up outside Hopkins, and I think Rondell Moore is going to be that slot man that is going to get a ton of looks. If AJ Green can stay healthy, I think he has wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 value. Maybe that wide receiver 2 weeks every once in a while. Best ball is perfect.
Best ball, perfect. 170.
But weren't they grooming Christian Kirk to take that role?
Not happening. It's not happening.
He hasn't stepped up.
Not happening.
He hasn't stepped up.
But he never had an opportunity to play his natural position because Larry Fitzgerald was playing his natural position.
Now AJ Green's in it.
Yeah, they're saying that he's definitely the 3rd right now.
Yeah, and then Rondell Moore is going to outplay him in camp, and he'll be the 4.
And Andy Isabella is going to get cut. That's what they say.
He was a 2nd round pick, I think, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
How about UMass?
Yep. All right.
170. 170.
All right, but
But
Andy,
even look at last year. Just to piggyback off of the article I wrote, Justin Jefferson's his ADP was, I want to say, in the teens, like round wise, and he finished a wide. He finished in the top 10, top 15 last year. So like these guys are out there. Look at Houston, Nico Collins, Brandon Cooks. They're sliding because of the quarterback situation. I think Nico Collins is going to have a great season. Like the guys like that are great flyers.
yeah, if you ask me, this year's Justin Jefferson doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. No.
Nobody's going to do that.
No.
But the guy I think that's coming from the 6th or 8th ranked wide receiver and jump frog and everybody is going to be Terrace Marshall Jr. That's my guy.
So
I think he's the one that's going real late, that has a chance for that breakout spot that could have a long role and you know, a good situation with a new quarterback.
So
bad quarterback.
So a few things I have
Jets
here.
fans are haters.
I have 4 wide receivers that I'm looking at this year. I wrote down. I think Brandon Ayuk for the 49ers is going to have a massive breakout this year. I think he's someone to definitely target. I think Elijah Moore has a Deebo Samuel breakout midseason. Not right away. He might be one of those guys you draft him early. He ain't doing much. You cut him, and then he breaks out. The Detroit Lions, take a look at them. Rashad Perriman, he's the wide receiver 1 for Detroit right now. He's going to get the targets, and he was held back by Adam Gase. And then another one is Amon-Ra St. Brown, I believe it is. I think I got that order correctly.
His brother Equinemius.
Yes. So my take is weeks 1, week 2, when he blows up, sell him, trade immediately, get that value high.
Well,
that's exactly what I'm doing.
Let me speak to your point on that, Nick. Jared Goff in the last 3 years is 3rd in the NFL in passing yards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And think about the defenses he's had on his team. He's had an elite defense at all times with Aaron Donald on his team, right?
Yep.
So he's been playing most games from the lead, and he's 3rd in the league in passing yards, right? Now he has an absolute shit show for a defense. They're going to be like horribly, like embarrassingly bad. They're going to be playing from behind 5 minutes into every game.
Yep.
Right? St. Brown in the slot is going to be playing that role Cooper Kupp did. And you know how much he peppered Cooper Kupp, and you saw what Robert Woods has done with him. So I'm on board, man. I want to go back to the fishbowl and redraft it and
look at
shares of these two guys.
Look at their draft. Penei Sewell they took. They fortified that line. TJ Hawkinson's line up at tight end. I mean, they have some potential.
Nice. So Andy, just to close your point on AJ Green, right? You don't want to draft him as a starter, right?
No,
you're trying to draft him as one of your right. So you're trying to draft him, right? I just want to clarify that
he's a bench guy, and he's going to be in your starting lineup. He's that good. He's going to have that good of a year. I think he's going to be. You can get a value right now, and he won't be a value in September.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to get me a share. All right, so let's go back to the Warrior Bowl for a minute. So this is a super flex league with tight end premium and everything. I got the 5th pick. All right. So in my head, maybe it's Dak, right? It should go Mahomes, CMC, Allen,
Kyler.
That's
top 4.
All right.
That's top 4 right there. Okay. Any of those four fall out of the top 4, you got to take them.
Okay, so let's if CMC's on the board, I take him, right?
100%.
Okay. What about Kelsey? Because that's my guy.
So you're looking at Kelsey, Dak, Lamar, Dalvin Cook. Those are your options.
Or CMC.
He won't be there.
He went like 8th in my
That's crazy.
Fishbowl.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He went late.
If he's there, you take him.
Yeah,
I'm talking if those 4 go off the board, and you're looking at Dak, Kelsey, and Lamar or Cook. Those would be your 4 options.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Dak, Cook, Lamar, and Kelsey. Talk me out of Kelsey. because I'm doing it there. I think I'm doing it. I think I'm on Team Kelsey right there.
Who's your QB1? Who's your running back one then? Now you're taking QB1 or running back one round 3.
That's why they give us a second, third, and fourth round pick also. I did not trade away those picks.
Kelsey's a good one. He's a good one. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not a tight end guy round 1.
That's his guy, man.
That's just me personally.
Don't talk.
You do need a share. You need a share.
Oh, I got shares, man.
You got shares.
on
yeah,
days.
but take somebody different.
I got shares for days.
Go take Dak.
Yeah, we'll talk when that comes up. I don't know, man. Actually, you're gonna have to check on me because I'm gonna be on the beach.
You'll be on the beach
when it starts in Jamaica, and I'm not gonna remember there was a draft, and it's only a 4-hour clock. An 8-hour clock, you could get away with anything. A 4-hour clock, you could screw that up.
Mm-hmm. Got to set that cue,
especially on vacation.
Yeah, and they walk weed right up to you on the beach. So yeah, he's on vacation.
Bro, yeah, I mean, my wife has the worst case of asthma I've ever seen, and I have respiratory failure. You think we're smoking weed?
He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the red stripe, my man. All right, cool. All right, any other nuggets on football we want to talk about before we get out of here, or baseball if you forgot?
Nothing really. I'm putting a sleeper article together. It'll be out before our show next week. Always going to get that July sleeper article in because then you're going to see some of these ADPs skyrocket come August. Now you can definitely tell a couple of guys I'm going to put on there are going to just boost like crazy.
Yo, Nick, do you know who Bismarcky is?
Who?
Bismarcky.
Don't make me do it.
Oh, come on, man. Let's do it, man. You make yourself look stupid all the time.
Bismarck.
You're wearing a wine shirt.
Bismarck's a city. It's a city in South Dakota, isn't it?
Oh, good God. Oh, snap. Guess what
That's what I saw.
Oh,
baby, you.
on that note.
Rest in peace, man. Well, I got a couple of football questions. I need you guys to clarify for me. So I'm out for personal reasons, but Cole Beasley, they're saying he might get cut. So
I'm not touching him.
Are we 100% out on him?
Yeah.
He's an anti-vaxxer, so
it's not worth. Just take all that aside. It's just not worth the risk. The job security. I'm not taking any risks in July like that.
You jump on Gabrielle Davis. There you go.
Yes.
That's the guy.
Late.
That's the sexy name. There you go.
What about Emmanuel Sanders, man?
I like Davis.
I like Davis. He's been on the team already. He's got the chemistry going.
Yeah, and you can spread the field. I like it.
Okay, so let's go to Emmanuel Sanders' old team. Let's talk about the New Orleans Saints quarterback situation. Because word is getting out there that Taysom Hill might be the leader in the clubhouse right now. What does this do for fantasy if Taysom Hill gets the job?
Alvin Kamara.
There you go.
Down.
Way down.
Down.
Right.
Down.
And that's because Taysom's a gunslinger and he just doesn't check down. Right.
Nope.
So Kamara's reception total and targets were way down, right? But you'd feel confident in Michael Thomas still?
I heard they don't have a good connection.
Not at all.
But actually, early in the season, Michael Thomas said that he wanted Taysom Hill to have the job.
And once he got him, he goes, "Oh, hell no!" Let's go.
Exactly.
I heard they don't have a good connection.
None. It's going to be a complete disaster.
So we're looking at it as a college offense at that point.
Please, Jameis, win the job.
Yeah, but dude,
he had LASIK.
But what about for fantasy the addition of a new QB1? Because Jameis Winston's not going to be a QB1.
No.
Taysom Hill is a QB1.
No, he's not.
With the starting job. He absolutely is.
All right, he's got the rushing ability.
He's going to be a 1,000-yard rusher with 8 to 10 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a goal line vulture.
Right. He's an RB2.
You take Latavius Murray and you completely throw him out the window at that point.
Yeah, good point. So I don't know. So all right. So if Taysom Hill gets the job, we're bullish on Taysom Hill, but we're very bearish on Kamara. Kamara in that situation, how far down do you drop him in your rankings, Nick?
End of the first.
End of the first.
It's going to go CMC, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry.
I'm already there. I'm already there.
Jonathan Taylor, Zeke and Saquon. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I know what Andy will say, and I'm going to make Andy say it out loud.
That's tough.
All right. So Zeke or Kamara with Taysom Hill? Pick.
Kamara.
PPR.
Kamara.
You're still Kamara.
Yeah.
Saquon or Kamara?
No, don't make me even say it, man. It's not even a question.
Saquon's going to start slow, but he's going to finish like a monster. So
He's never finished.
I would probably go.
He's never finished, period.
He's never finished.
That's tough.
How do you
That's
finish?
tough.
Well, an ACL.
I'd probably go Kamara.
Yeah, he burned me 2 years in a row.
I'd go Saquon over Zeke, and I'd go Kamara over both.
So you are barely dropping Kamara in your rankings.
I have Jonathan. I would put Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry over him. That would be my drop right there.
So you have him as RB5.
Yeah.
With Hill, but RB3.
With Winston. Just because of the check down factor, and I think Winston will check down.
All right. My ranking's a little bit more steep because I already have him behind Henry to start with. And I think I'm dropping him into the second round with Taysom Hill.
It's bad. It's not good.
I mean, he's going behind Saquon for me. I might even you could just kill me now before I even say it, but I might even be Najee Harris above him at that point.
I wouldn't go that far. That's a terrible offensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, and we got to look at Kamara.
You got to have the ball in your hand to do something with it.
We got to look at Kamara's point total too. Without that 56-point game, he's kind of down there a little bit. I mean, if you look at it, it looks like week 11 and 12, he had Hill 10.5 points, 6.2 points, and that's full point PPR. And a half point, you're cutting that way down.
All right.
Scary.
All right, guys, let's wrap this thing up, man. You guys did a great job today. I'm going on vacation. I'm getting the hell out of here. We'll be back on Wednesday next week. We do have a very special guest, baseball-wise. We'll announce that on Twitter after the weekend. And we'll be back to full-time baseball for a week or two before we get into it deep on football, deep, because it's redraft season now. We'll be putting out our Warrior Bowl. We have what's the other one too? We have Raz Bowl. That Andy, you sign up for that?
No.
You forgot again.
Yeah, DFS. I'm running DFS.
Yep. But that's actually let me get to that point. On our website this year for football, you'll be seeing at least 2 articles a week. You'll be seeing a DFS playbook that'll be a collaboration with me and Andy, and then we will do a live stream over the weekend for DFS, and we've been killing it. I mean, we're like, I think 4 seasons in a row, net positive, 4 figures each year. Nick had a very popular waiver wire article last year that comes out on Tuesday mornings. Tuesday morning. Basically, it's one of the first waiver wire articles out there each week for the most part.
Yeah, it's typed up, just waiting for that Monday Night Football game, and then it goes.
Yes. And we just got to make sure that the person editing stays sober enough to make sure it makes sense.
Yeah, please do that.
Each Monday night. I don't know who that is, but that's that. And then Nick and I, or Andy may be involved in it too, we'll be doing a Tuesday night waiver live stream also to get you ready for those waiver wires and set your fab dollars. And a lot of that'll be question and answer. We'll be looking to Twitter and look into the group chats and whatnot to get information on what people are looking for and answering their questions with our rankings on that. So that's real exciting. We got a lot coming up. Football is going to be really good to us. We got a lot of guests coming up in the next couple of weeks to wrap up, baseball and get into full-time football mode, which sucks, but that's what everybody wants. So we're going to do it. Right. All right, Andy, anything intelligent to say before I get on an airplane?
No, just want you and your wife to have a great time. Enjoy your first vacation as adults.
Yep. It's crazy. I haven't packed yet, and the flight's in like 12 hours. I
Yeah, you'll
think
be
I'm in
fine.
trouble.
Sounds about right.
It'll be fun.
I
Throw
think
a couple of those ugly shirts in your bag and you're all right.
That's all I got to do, man. I packed all 5 of them. We're good to go, man. That's it. That's all I need. That's some shorts. We're good to go. Nick, what do you got for me? Anything on your way out?
Enjoy EWR tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus.
Good luck.
Well,
Thanks for nothing on that.
As soon as you get through there, get a beer, get a drink.
Oh, that's the plan. 9:30 a.m., bro.
Just watch that. Just watch those airport bar prices. A little up there.
Oh God.
Man, money is of no object tomorrow. I don't care.
Go to that airport bar.
$27
all
beer,
fancy.
I'm in.
It's fancy. They got the fancy touch screens over there and everything. It's great. I'll be there. I'll be there next month.
Nice. All right, guys, let's get out of here. That's at AMAC22NJ, at NMimi. I'm at JTrella20. This has been the Stack Attack Fantasy Podcast, part of the Fantasy Six Pack YouTube Nation. Trevor, thanks for all you do. Take us on out of here. Later, guys. Peace.
See you later.
Later.
All right.